But you're my bestie for life. Yeah, you're the family I choose. Yeah, you. The FF's till the end. We can get through this together. But you're my bestie for life.
Welcome back to New Roads, New Rules. Terri here. Last week, Penny joined us to talk about how she beats procrastinating while she just released her brand new book, plays roller derby, and runs a summer camp for adults. If you missed that episode, you must check it out.
Yes.
Right, Sandy?
Yes. And today's episode, I'm so excited because we are going to be talking to one of my close personal friends. It's going to be a motivating episode where we're going to discuss ways of staying active at every stage of our lives.
Oh.
I need this really bad. I am pleased to welcome one of the most motivating people I know, Kim Henry. Kim is an experienced personal trainer, a former bodybuilder, a business owner, so many things. I can't even name them all. She empowers clients of all ages to move more and live better.
That's great.
You would think I'd be in better shape knowing her, but we'll talk about that later. From working with beginners in their 60s to coaching competitive athletes, she's done that. She's done it all. Whether you've fallen off the fitness wagon or never stepped on it at all, this episode proves it's never too late or early to keep moving.
Fantastic.
So welcome, Kim. Kim, tell us about your journey into fitness. What led you from bodybuilding to coaching every day?
Well, first of all, hello, you two.
Hi.
You guys are making quite an impact out there. I love this.
Thank you. We're so happy that you can join us in this journey of ours.
I love it. I love it. Yes, I've been in fitness for quite a while. And when I first discovered it, I actually was dating a bodybuilder. I was only 20 and a half. And I was almost 21. I was almost there. And he used to sell T. Michael shirts. They are from the 80s and 90s. They're workout bodybuilding shirts. And he used to sell them at the little kiosks in the malls.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
And at the bodybuilding shows. So I would help them, and I would run over and open the little doors and see people competing in fitness and figure. And I knew I wanted to be a part of that somehow.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. So is that what inspired you to launch your own training business in person and online?
It took me, how many years? 10, 15 years after that to get rolling. Yeah. Yeah. I had taken other roads before then and finally found the fitness road, which I've tried to get off many times, but get yanked right back.
It keeps back into back.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can see that because people need it. That is something that never goes away. Like,
yeah. Yeah, it never goes away. Yeah. We all need it.
So Kim, you've done a lot of different trainings, and you actually did the competitive bodybuilding training, and you had a team and everything. Tell us a little bit about that.
I started that in 2005. I competed myself, and then realized my clients were watching this, and they were interested. And so I decided to put some interested clients together, and these are your regular everyday housewives. They're 40, they're 50. I had a couple 60s on the team competing in novice fitness and figure shows. Yeah, it was quite something. Yeah.
It must have been so rewarding too, to show their progress, right?
It was, yes. I've had teams as large as 13 people competing on stage. And we've won the team trophy 3 times. And awesome. So I lasted in that side of the business from 2006 until 2014, and then retired from the competitive side of it in 2014. Yeah. It's a lot. It's a stressful part of the business. So.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I mean, because that kind of training, like you're really doing that every day. Like you can't slack on that.
It's a commitment, right? Just with competitive
on both sides. Yes,
Yeah.
as the trainer and as getting the competitors ready and getting myself ready. I actually tried to compete with them several times, and I only made it up on stage with a team that I was training one time because the stress, on my part, I'm starving, I'm crabby, and
Yes.
they're all
Yeah.
crabby, but we all
Yeah.
live. I don't know how we live. We live through it all. Yeah.
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
So when you're working with women now in different life stages, like what is your fitness philosophy in training with women, like everyday women now?
Okay, so now I'm 57 years old, and a lot of my clients, I draw myself. I draw myself as clients in. So meaning most of my clients are between 40 and, boy, I've got some up to 80, honestly, in my classes. So the philosophy is to help elongate their lives and to make their lives as healthy and fulfilling, as we can. Because no movement equals unhappiness.
Right,
Agreed.
right.
Agreed. For
Yeah.
sure.
Motion is lotion, as
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Well,
ma'am.
yes, absolutely. So I did some research, big surprise,
Ding,
right?
ding, ding,
So I'm
ding,
gonna
ding.
Oh,
I know
yay!
I know. So, why movement matters? So you segued right into it. So I'm going to just go over a couple of things. So I have 3 bullet points, and so physical and emotional benefits for staying active. The first is boosts mental health and reduces stress. Physical activity releases the endorphins and reduces cortisol, helping to lower anxiety and improve mood. Emotionally engaging practices like journaling or talking with a friend also regulate emotions and enhance resilience, according to it was the American Psychological Association that did
Okay.
that. So isn't that true, right?
Yes, very true.
Gotta keep moving. Gotta keep moving. Improve cognitive function and emotional clarity. Regular movement, such as walking or strength training, has been shown to improve memory, focus, and decision making. Emotional activity like mindfulness or creative expression supports mental clarity and helps reduce overwhelm. And that was done by Harvard Health Publishing. So
All right.
I have one more. Are you guys bored yet?
No.
It also builds stronger relationships and self-esteem.
That one I believe.
For
True.
sure.
Yeah.
Group exercise and emotionally open communication both foster connection, community, and accountability. Studies from the National Institute of Health show that active engagement with others boosts confidence and lower feelings of isolation. So this is why I think it's a great subject for us to be touching on, because we're trying to build a community, right? And we're
Right.
talking about all the different things that help us to be more confident, to be more healthy, to be, and doing it together sometimes is the answer, right?
I mean, because then you push each other, right?
Right. Yes, you got to be accountability. I
Right.
believe that starting out with a friend, or significant other is a great way to get started. But I always tell my clients that come in as partners that each one of you has your own journey. So if one of you do not want to go that day, the other one, just get in here, get into the gym anyways. This is actually, even though you're starting together, you each have your own goals and journeys. So it can backfire. I've seen it backfire. Two come together three. But generally,
I love that you're saying that. Yeah,
Right.
I love that you're saying that, because if I have a weak moment and Terry's like, oh, well, she's not doing it, so I'm not going to do it. Right?
Totally.
So,
I don't want to go either. And I'm the trainer.
right.
I don't even want, if I didn't work there, I wouldn't be going.
right?
Right.
Exactly.
Don't tell anybody that part.
I think it'll be out there. I think it'll be out there.
Okay, now they know.
So, I mean, I think we've all had highs and lows, exercise, highs
we
and
have.
lows.
I mean, I have, I do like to walk and I like to ride my bike. So my highs and lows, I mean, my lows are, I don't do it when it's cold out. Like
Okay.
I just
Same.
don't go out, you know? And
Right.
I'm not one to like sit in the house and do it, which I should be doing some type of stuff. Like I know I need to do more. I mean,
But do you find once, like, if you were going into a gym, like, Kim is working at a gym.
Right.
If you're going into a gym, do you feel more motivated walking through those doors than?
no, because I see everybody else looking like they know what they're doing. And I'm over here going, what the F am I doing? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
What, Kim, what do you think about that? What would
Most
be your?
of us do not know what they're doing. They actually
Right.
don't know what they're doing. They are great actors and actresses. Yeah. So
Yes.
yeah.
They're like, I'm just going to look confident in doing this
Yeah,
exercise, right?
Right. I would.
Well, this is also where I'm sorry. This is also where a personal trainer comes in, and I'll let you talk.
Personal
I'm
trainer,
sorry.
yes. Not everyone can afford, the personal training, but I highly suggest if you can, because I offer a free 30-minute consultation to chit chat about, your goals, your fears, and also, can you even do it financially? If not, I'm going to work with you. I'm going to figure it out, but if you can't, you know, hire a personal trainer, some tips that I do suggest is going and getting yourself a big old set of headphones, put them on your head down, walk in there, just get on one thing that you're familiar with, just get to it. Just get to it and get going. And the
Would
headphones
you
get
say
the
there-
music going, so you don't hear anything on the outside.
Sure.
Would you say going into a gym for people, like I'm like walking in a gym, like dumbfounded?
Right.
which is
It's a lot.
right?
It's a lot.
Right. I'm overwhelmed and I see all these people looking like they know what the F they're doing and I don't.
Right.
So what is the like easiest, like for a newbie, like what, if there's machines, like which one would you suggest at least going to get the most out of it to start out with? So that way you feel like, okay, this isn't bad. I can do this.
Right. I suggest walking right in, finding the treadmill or the elliptical,
Okay.
right? Easy peasy. Get on it, get it going, quick start. Just do quick start. You can learn all the fancy different things later. Just press quick start and get moving. Get your favorite songs on, listen to the music, and now look around.
Yeah.
Now you're almost seeing okay, I gotta figure this out. What am I gonna go to next time I come in? I'm gonna do 30 minutes on this. What am I gonna maybe try out next time? Maybe I'll go to that elliptical over there.
Yeah.
So how long do you suggest people stay there? Like, because I mean, honestly, when we were younger, it's like, okay, I got to go to the gym and be there for like hours because I have to hit every machine.
Right.
And I'm not doing that. Right. So
Right.
how long would you say, like, how would you break it up and how long would you say to stay?
Okay. So if you don't have a plan and you're brand new, just like I said, go in, find the thing you're comfortable with. Usually for most people, it's the treadmill. And get on there and go for 30 minutes. Just like I said, go for 30 minutes, put your favorite music on, look around, see what your plan of attack is. Maybe after that session or during that session, you do see a trainer, and you're like, I could relate to that person. Maybe I'll call them. Go home, call them for an appointment. Just that first initial appointment. Usually they have great deals for someone brand new. And they're going to guide you. They're going to tell you, where to go, what to start on, perfect plan for you. You might get a different plan than Sandi. Sandi might have a completely different plan. I mean, it depends on what you're wanting to do, how much you want to lose or gain. Some people go to gain. So everybody has different goals,
Right.
Yeah, the clientele I'm working with right now, they just want to live longer.
Yeah, no, I
You
hear
just want
you.
to live longer, man.
Right.
Well, it's funny because you mentioned, we're all kind of in the same age bracket, right? And so we, can you share maybe a little bit about the aging effects on the body and like how movement helps us? Because I think that there's so many benefits to keep moving, right? So maybe we could talk about that a little bit.
Sure. You definitely want to keep moving, drinking your water. Water is like oil is to a car. It is what keeps your joints fluid and everything moving. If you don't move and you don't walk every day, or you don't go check the mail, If you just stay stagnant, or if you have a desk job, there's no circulation. Nothing's happening. Just sitting there sludgy. And now you're not drinking water either. This is bad. You're aging fast forward. You're going fast. Oh, now you take it and have a cigarette on break. Wow, you are in trouble. Yeah, you are in trouble.
Living on the edge.
Oh my God, you described me in my 40s. That was me in my 40s. I sat down all day long. I drank soda all day, and I smoked cigarettes on my break.
Oh no, Sandy. That's all right. You can stop it right now.
You tell her, Kim.
You don't smoke now, so you're good. You're taking a bunch of years off your life not smoking. That's good.
I did, yeah. And I drink water all day. So
that's great. Yes, keep that water going, but keep moving because that keeps circulation going.
Yeah. So that's the part I need to work on, Kim.
Yes.
You know, I have a desk job, and sometimes, especially when you work remotely, it's Zoom call, Teams call, whatever it is. And it's like, oh wait, I haven't gotten up in a while, you know? So you definitely try. I'm more conscious of it than I've ever been, but it is bad to just sit there for 8 to 10 hours a day.
Yeah. There's no circulation. Yeah, that is bad. So when I tell my clients who have desk jobs, which a lot of people do since after the pandemic, a lot of people do work remotely at home. And I tell them to have a goal in your steps. So I ask, how many steps do you get a day? You won't believe the average is like 2,100. 2,100 steps that people are getting. That's bad.
Okay.
Yeah. So I usually tell them 5,000 would be good to start with.
Right.
You know, I can't. 10 is your ultimate. That's great. But I'm not going to tell someone who's getting 2,000 that now you need to get 10,000 one day.
Yeah.
You know, and then after that, every day, shoot me, you know, a screenshot of where your steps are at. And then their eyes get real big, right? Eyes get real big, like, oh God, right? But they do it. Right. And that gets them, you know, now that gets them thinking, I do got to get up and walk around my desk or go outside and walk up and down the driveway or something, you know? Yeah. So just get moving. You got to play mind games almost with yourself to get going, you know?
For sure. Yeah.
I'm just thinking out, like,
I know
my brain is going here. Like, we, as this pod group with our listeners, should start accountability group.
Oh, checking in. That would be nice.
That would be awesome.
With, you know, how many steps a day or something. Like,
are you drinking your water?
Right.
Because that is a big deal.
We could start our own little, like, remote fitness group where everybody checks in and how many minutes a day you've got logged, or how many steps, how many ounces of water. We should.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah,
I'm writing down a note.
I like that idea as long as I can still have a couple shots of Fireball on the weekend.
Of course. Saturdays and Sundays are hands off, man.
Right now, do you recommend that, Kim? Like having a day off for exercise?
Yes. For my average client. Yeah, my average client, I always say Saturday and Sunday, you should take a break from this. Or else if you're perfect with your nutrition and your workouts 7 days a week, and that's not how you grew up and you're not used to that, you are going to give in something fierce one day. So I always say, just give yourself Saturday and Sunday. Also, Tuesday, you have a taste for a Snicker bar. Wednesday, you have a taste for a Snicker bar. You can put that off mentally by saying, but I get that on Sunday.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? So you don't give in.
The whole thing.
Oh, go ahead. All the Snickers.
You know, it's funny. Yeah, we talked about motivation in our last podcast. It was about kind of putting things off, and we talked about the reward system, and that is kind of the same thing as what you're saying, because you exercise religiously and you do well Monday through Friday. You can reward yourself a little bit on the weekends, and then it feels good.
Right. No, I agree.
And it's a break.
I have done that with because I've been doing the intermittent fasting and losing weight. And I have gotten to the point where, like, even if I know, like, we're going out and I know I'm going out to dinner and maybe it's a Thursday, well, then that's my cheat night, what I call it. And then, you know, and I always just kind of watch it then on the weekends. I try not to overdo it, you know, but if I can plan it out, you know, I do that because then you're not living your life. Like then it's just
Right,
like
right.
well, life is no fun.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And
Right.
and Kim's right. Like 7 days a week. Like when are
No
you
way.
having your fun? You're
Right.
You have to indulge at some point, right?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Right. Good. I'm glad you're trying the intermittent fasting. That sounds like
It has done
working for
really
you.
well.
Yeah.
I mean, I've lost 76 pounds on it,
Jeez,
so
I guess it is working.
it is working. So it
Good.
is, I just and when I'm eating, I just watch what I eat. It's more higher protein. I don't eat a lot of bread, although I did have a couple pretzels here. Pretzel crisps. They're not toll pretzels, but I don't eat it's just like a handful and I'm done. And I'm just done
that's
with it.
great.
But I try to stick to high protein and all the good stuff. Kind of.
That's good. Very good.
So
Nice.
it's only taken me 54 years to get here, but I'm here.
I'm glad you found everybody's got what works for them. They should, once they find it, stick with it. So,
Right. Well, I think more it's the mentality, right? Like I'm finally doing it for me. That's what I've said all year, since I started this. I'm finally losing weight just for me. I'm not doing it for somebody else. I lost a bunch of weight so I can get pregnant. Then I lost a bunch of weight because, whatever. But it was never just for me. And and now it's been easy. Because mindset, I'm just doing it for me. I'm not doing it to impress anybody. I'm not doing it to, because my partner's like, oh, you got to lose some weight. Nothing like that. It's just for my benefit.
That's
So,
great.
it is.
That's really good then. Yeah. You found your thing. That's great.
Yeah.
Right. And it is, and it actually mindset does play such a big part in it, right?
Mhm.
I
Very
think
much so.
sometimes we
Yeah.
talk ourselves out of things.
Right.
That exercise is too hard, so I'm just not going to do it.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Or it's raining
I
out.
can't do that.
It's raining out.
Right. It's winter. I can't do anything.
No. Oh, I don't want to hurt her feelings. She made me these cookies.
Right.
I have to eat all of them now.
Yeah, that is a good one. I like that one for sure.
Yeah.
So we talk about fitness in every life stage, and so we were going to ask you your advice at the different stages. So I was thinking, if you could just give us a couple of bullet points for those that are maybe 20 to 30. And then 40 to 50 and then older, because I do think that our needs, the common thing for all of us are probably health and fit, health, staying healthy. I think the needs are different based
Definitely.
on how we'll do it. Right. So
Right.
what do you,
Definitely.
yeah.
Yeah. So in your 20s and 30s, it is more vain, usually. I remember when I was 21, 22, I'd do the yogurt diet because it's Monday and Friday I've got to wear that mini skirt. Okay, that was my thing then. And I think it is a lot, for a lot of 20-year-olds. 30-year-olds, they're starting to figure out this is healthy. This is a good way to live. Get in the gym and
Right.
a lot of
And they
them
might
are
be
listening.
starting families at the time, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
because that changes, because then
Right.
you're now eating, you might be eating for two or,
Right.
stay healthy for kids
Yeah,
or
true,
whatever.
true.
Right. Yes. Yep. So when they're in 20s and 30s, and in high school, a lot of them have lifting class. They're learning how to lift, whereas Gen X, we never learned how to lift. I didn't. Did you guys? No. In high school, and
I
they're
started
learning
them
how.
both.
They're learning how to deadlift, squat, bench press. So I feel like they're carrying on with that.
Yeah, that's good because we played dodgeball and got our ball in the nose.
Oh, God, yes, a lot of dodgeball action back then.
Yeah. PTSD.
I do have it. So, and I see a lot of them down in the gym. They have friends and they're bench pressing and deadlifting, and they're 25 and 30. So it's really impressive. And then for 40 to 50-year-olds, they're females, anyways. They're fighting premenopause and menopause, and That's a big fight. But it is.
Oh, I know.
It's best to lift heavy at that age,
Really?
and not do high intensity training, and
Isn't
not do fast step aerobics. They're saying nice walks in the nature, and, and also high weights, high weight.
Really?
Isn't that
to
interesting?
keep your muscles? Is
That
it to
is.
keep your muscles? I mean, obviously, it's to keep your muscles strong.
Yeah,
but
more-
like, is it because you lose muscle mass with the hormone changes?
Yes. The more lean muscle tissue you build, right?
Right.
The more your calories you burn, your muscles that are like heat, and they're burning calories all day and night. So when you do,
what about those resistant bands? Would those? I mean, I like if I don't have weights like that and I have resistant bands, would those help?
Those are something you can use them; they're good. But weights,
Those are something, Terri.
Yeah, those are something. They're something. Let's save those for your 70s.
Yeah, she got to the 70s yet, Terri.
I'm ahead of my time. What can I say?
Oh, I'm just kidding. No, something's better than nothing. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely pump those resistance bands, man. Pump them. But,
You know they have them in yoga pants now, ladies.
oh yeah. Oh my gosh, I love it.
Wow.
But yeah, so yeah, they're finding out that the more muscle tissue, and that also can wake up testosterone within your system too, which is also yeah. So
Interesting.
and
That's what
then
I'm
60s, 70s, and 80s, we just want them to move, just get out there and walk, just go. Yeah.
So where you said that 10,000 steps is good for like, us, for like somebody in their 80s, where would you put them? Because my parents are in their 80s and
right.
I tell them 15,000.
Yeah.
Ooh, thankfully you're not going. Ooh, you've been a trainer.
To this, she's going to call you on that.
I know she is.
Wowzer,
Just joking.
It depends on their fitness level. If they're in a wheelchair, we're going to start them out just getting up and going 500 steps, But if they're if they're average, they're pretty, they can walk and stuff. I'd say, 5 to 8,000. And then once they hit that religiously, then you're going to bump them up to 10,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah.
So making fitness fit for your life, right?
Yeah.
Fit in your life. Online versus personal training. How do you support busy clients anywhere?
So I have clients, in-person clients at the park district that I work at. And to keep them accountable, I welcome them to, text me anytime, send pictures while they're working out. I also, after they've worked out with me for the day, later on that day or the next day, I'll shoot them a text. Nice job today. Great workout. And that makes them feel good, and they're going to even want to try harder next time. So I do try to reach out to everyone, even after hours. Yeah.
Now, how do you do that for them? Who does that for you?
I don't even want to be in the gym when I'm done for the day. So there's that.
So you keep yourself accountable. Like, how do you do that?
She works out with them. So she's in there doing all of this all the time.
Yeah, I do have some classes that I'm actually doing the moves with them. Classes that I do. But the one-on-one, I'm demonstrating, but I'm not doing all the reps. So
it's so hard though. How could you for the whole day?
I'll get 26,000 steps a day when I work.
Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't that
so now
it's incredible.
I know Terry's picturing me, this slender, tall fitness dude. I am huge. I am huge right now.
She's not huge.
My menopause did not go well. Okay. So
Well, and that's the thing. It definitely adds weight, menopause. And
does,
it changes
yes.
your body.
It changes your body. It's because we're not supposed to be eating carbs after, 4 or 5, because what's happening is it gets stored as body fat. Our metabolism is tired. It's slow.
Yeah.
So there's no burning going on.
Wow.
So if you want a pizza, have it at 7 in the morning.
I might do that tomorrow.
Get your cauliflower crust. And now I'm all into all of the cottage cheese recipes.
Oh gosh.
Oh, really?
Cottage cheese,
Oh, boy.
brownies, cottage cheese.
Ooh, I could do that.
Yeah, the egg whites I make
Yeah.
now, the cottage. I'm all into the cottage
See, I'm
cheese
not
stuff.
a fan of cottage cheese.
But you're blending it up; it's all smooth.
Yeah. So maybe
I'll
you want to make me something?
I'll make you some.
Okay.
I'll make you some.
She'll never even know.
I know I won't.
My kids never knew they were getting vegetables. I can get shit by you. You don't have to worry.
I know. Okay. That's what I need.
No, like for that, like in what we were talking about, how do you help clients get past them feeling like ashamed when they're starting something new? Like even myself, like one of the reasons why I never went into the gym, because I knew I was overweight and I knew I felt horrible about the way I looked and whatever. So I'm like, I'm not going there where all these pretty people are and they're pumping everything. And I'm like slouching over here dying on the treadmill after 10 steps. So how do you help clients get past that?
For example, when I moved to Florida, I was not a trainer out there. I just came back last year and reached out to my former clients to have them, possibly come back. And I bet 90% of them said they haven't touched a weight since I left.
Wow.
And so I said back to them, well, neither have I. So they felt more comfortable coming in. I try to relate to them. And I do also tell brand new clients that, because a lot of them will say, I hope you'll take me. And I look straight at them and say, I personally am the worst client that I have. So there's no way you can beat me. I'm the worst, and they'll laugh, and that breaks the ice, and I think they also feel comfortable that I am not 25, 6'2", 110 pounds. They feel comfortable, and there's nothing wrong with trainers that are 25, and 110. There's nothing wrong with that. But my particular clients are happy with someone they can relate to, so.
Yeah, and I also love that you reached out to them and they were like, well, I haven't done this in years, but let's start it up again. And it is really, it's such a benefit for their health. But what about those clients that maybe they haven't exercised in years, but they don't have somebody like you in their life? What would you say their first step should be?
To find a place, that's a good question, Sandy. To find a place that they're comfortable with and to just walk, maybe a walking path or, we've got a place called Castle Rock, and we have a statue, and they can go up steps slowly and try to better themselves each time they climb the steps. But just finding a personal spot they enjoy, they can just get walking first. And then their body will tell them naturally when it's ready for more.
Right. I agree, because that's how I basically started up. Like we would go walking, and one of the parks on the sidewalk path around the outside of the park is 1 mile. So to me, I'm like, all right, I'll just walk around 5 times. Well, that's 5 miles. And I'm not thinking, oh my God, I'm walking 5 miles.
Jeez,
but it's like,
great.
Like 5 around.
Yeah.
But honestly, we'll talk. We're like at 3 now. As we've gotten older.
Impressive.
But it's still like, but we just go around the sidewalk, and it doesn't even feel like I'm walking that much, because I'm just
nature
walking 3 times around. Right. And it's the number, right? Because if I'm thinking, oh, am I going to go walk 3 miles? Absolutely freaking not. Like, are you crazy? I'm not doing that. No. But let's walk around the park 3 times. All right, fine. Like,
it's a different story.
I just have to, it's all mind games. It
really is mind games. Yep. Yeah. I tell my clients that all the time. It is mind games. psychological.
And
Yeah.
then,
Yeah.
it is. It's a mindset, right? Like,
Yeah.
and and as we're talking, this wasn't even a question I was thinking of prior to this, but a lot of people think, is it better to be a runner or a walker? Like, are there different? Is running harsher on your body than
Yes.
walking? Or is there? I mean, what do you think, Kim? Like, is there different stages of life where running makes more sense than walking, or?
Yeah, running is a lot of pressure on the knees and the feet and also the hips. But walking is too. So I
Okay.
guess it depends. I would start as, a walker. And if you have, again, that natural feeling of, I'm going to try jog. I'm going to jog. I'm just going to go run into this jog. That person enjoys running then, and they're going to. But I understand your question. It just depends again on, their weight, their size, what they've been doing in the past. If they have never done anything, they need to walk quite a bit
Right.
first. But but at our age, I know a lot of runners at our age. So I don't. Yeah. That is a tough
So
one.
you have to work your way up to it, so you don't hurt yourself, right? So.
Right. Yeah.
Should we do the lightning round?
Yeah, let's do the. I'm going to do the lightning round with you, Kim.
Oh my goodness! Let me get another sip of coffee.
Here we go. Quick fire question and answer. Favorite exercise for beginners?
Oh, I don't like this quick fire. Favorite.
I know everybody feels so stressed when we do
I know.
quick fire.
Favorite exercise? I'm just going to say walking. I mean, I know it's a move. It's not like a fitness move, but if you're talking weights, maybe just bicep curls, get the arms going, but that's about it.
That's a good idea.
All right. Your go-to energizing move when you're short on time?
Oh, kettlebell swings.
All right.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Fitness myth. What fitness myth that drives you crazy?
That you can only weight train or work out on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I don't know where they came from. I have no clue where it came from.
I think isn't that a law?
Yeah, I think they think it is. Well, I need my resting day. Yeah, but if you can't get in Monday, you can only get on Friday. You don't need resting days. Just get in.
You use them up.
That's great. I love it. Oh.
And what is your number one piece of advice for someone who hates to exercise?
Oh, that's a good one. The number one piece of advice for the person who hates to exercise is Did you like that? It's a good one. Okay, so if someone comes in, they hate to exercise, I'm going to tell them again. I'm going to say it again, you guys. Just go out and take a walk. Just start, even if it's from the house to the mailbox, to get the mail in back. Something. Yes. You got to get moving. You have to. Because
you have to adjust that for city people because our mailboxes are like right there on the wall.
Go around something and then
go around the block and then pick up the mail and get in there.
All of our city listeners are like, "Oh, I could do that."
It's easy.
You have to walk. Buy a dog.
Yeah, get a dog. Walk
yes,
a dog.
That's another good piece of advice. Get a dog. You got to walk the dog.
Yeah, it's good. It's good in so many ways to have a dog. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yes. Except when you're not getting sleep.
She survived the quick fire question.
She did. Woo. You did a great job.
That was rough.
It was a workout, man.
That was a workout. I'm sweating over here.
Love it. So this brings us to our next segment, which is the rule of the week.
Rule of the week.
So Kim, would you like to give our listeners the rule of the week this week?
I sure would. The rule of the week is move your body, move your mind.
Yes.
Did I do that?
Yes, it's awesome because we've already talked about physical movement doesn't just boost your strength, right? It clears your mind.
Yes.
It boosts confidence and reclaims your power.
That and like walking, like, and
Right.
my walk around the park, my brain is going and I'm thinking and I'm trying to figure things out. And it's a good time to do that.
Yes,
So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
you're exercising that muscle.
Right.
Yes.
All right. Our next segment is your turn.
Okay, so last week we asked, what's one thing you've been putting off? Write it down, break it into the tiniest possible steps, and do it today.
Yep. And Kate sent in a note for us that said, "Thank you for the episode on stopping procrastination. It was exactly what I needed to hear. It really lit a fire under me and helped me realize how much I've been holding myself back. I've already taken the first small step and it feels amazing. Keep the inspiration coming." Oh, that's so
Oh, that's
sweet.
nice.
So that could pertain to exercise as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
stop procrastinating about the exercise. Just do it.
Yeah. Baby steps.
Baby steps.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Um,
And so this week's prompt
yes.
is, what's one way you've kept moving through a tough season in life?
So-
I want the listeners to reflect and share their stories on social media and email. Send us
Yeah.
your
So,
notes.
Kim, do you want to answer that question? What's one way you've kept moving if in a tough area of your life or tough season of your life?
A great way that I have kept moving, because it is easy to just go
Yes.
down the black hole, you know,
It
Right.
is.
is to know that my adult child now, but my child is watching.
Yes.
And I don't, that really keeps me going. During the tough times, I've had a couple tough seasons, and that's the main thing for me, is to know that my kid sees me and
Yeah.
is learning by example. So that
Yeah.
keeps me
I
on
love that
track.
answer. You know, all of us moms, I feel like have that, right? Like
Right.
we've been strong in the face of the craziest things, and I think it's because our kids were watching. Like,
Right. I know my
Yeah.
my kids are always watching me, and so I always want to be the best I can in front of them. Now, when they're not home, that's when I'm pulling out
Oh,
my
that's a different
snacks.
story. Woo. Yes, I can scream now.
No kids all weekend, no movement.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This has been,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this has been so fun. But Kim, what do you do you want to give any final takeaways on how to, a message to women maybe who are feeling stuck or unmotivated around their fitness? Any final thoughts for you?
I would like to say that as someone who's feeling stuck, maybe possibly like when we were younger, we would find motivation in the fitness magazines or the Cosmo magazines. Well, there is no magazines anymore, but you can go online, find like someone who motivates you. Like, I don't know if I'm allowed to say other names on here, but Mel
Yes,
Robbins,
you can.
right?
Yeah.
Get a
Yes.
book, let them that one, start reading that. That's
Oh my
going to get you
God,
off the
I love
couch.
Yeah.
saying that.
Yes.
That's gonna get you off the couch, right? Right? Watch
Right.
these listen to these podcasts. That's going to get you going.
Yes.
Just find someone that motivates and inspires you, and listen to them, and just delve into their life. So that should help
Yes,
you.
I love
get
that.
rolling.
I love
Yeah.
that. And then if people wanted to reach out to you I know you do some online work. I know that not everybody's in your areas to come to your gym, but if people wanted to get in touch with you or follow you on social media, how do they do that?
I have a Facebook page. It's called Kim Henry's Personal Training. Isn't that creative?
I love it.
Also, I have an email. They can feel free to email me if they have any questions or
And
concerns
what's
or
that email?
anything. It's Coach Henry 17@gmail.com.
Beautiful. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Kim, like you've inspired me since I was young. I mean, let's just say we've known each other for a long time, and
Yes,
you are just
yeah,
one of the
2 years.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even because Terry got mad when I dated us. So
5 seconds into the podcast, she's dating.
So I'll just say I've known Kim since I was before high school, even.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
So
teaching me how to do cartwheels.
Yes. And you've just always been you're such a go-getter and such an inspiring person. And I'm just so grateful that you took the time to be on our podcast, and your support is everything for us. So thank you.
Thank you, Kim. It's been so nice talking with you, because this is the first time I'm talking with you.
Right.
I've learned a lot, and I appreciate everything that you've shared with us.
Well, thanks for inviting me. I had a blast today.
Absolutely. We'll have to have you on again.
Well, we can do more of this. So.
We can do more.
Yeah, let's do it.
So next week, we are going in for a girls' night in. We're going to talk girls' night in, because let's do something fun and light. We want to make sure you get your jammies in, get in your jammies, listen to the podcast, all of that.
Well, I was a week early. I have my darn.
We'll call you on that.
We'll call you on that. Yeah. So, but yeah, next week is pajama week, and
I think we're going to talk about birth charts.
Charts, yeah. So our last podcast, Penny mentioned she had her birth chart done, because she just started talking about Capricorn, Virgo, Capricorn something. Wow. I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's like, it's your birth chart. And I'm like, what is that? And so she's like, she had somebody for us, and we've got that person for next week's episode. So, because that's one thing you could do at a girls' night in. I mean, why not? We're going to do our birth charts.
Why not?
So make sure to tune in for that. But remember, every road leads somewhere new.
And the best part, we get to make the rules.
See you next time on New Roads, New Rules.
But you're my bestie for life.